We've all heard the saying that defense wins championships, and that has been proven true a couple times in the last 15 years. In 2014, the historic offense led by Peyton Manning, who was having the best quarterback season ever, got completely dismantled by the Legion of Boom. And then just a couple years later, Cam Newton was leading an incredible Panthers offense, the best in the league. And this time the Broncos had the best defense in the league, and they took them down. Today we're going to be taking this to a whole new level because I put all of the best defensive players for every position on one team, and they have a 70 overall offense. And then I did the opposite. I put all the best offensive players on one team, and they have a 70 overall defense, and we are going to compare the two and see how they match up in Madden. First, we're going to simulate a franchise and see which team performs better, and then we're going to put them head-to-head and see who can come out on top. Let's get into it. So first up, we'll take a look at the defensive team. This is the offense they're working with. Literally all 70, 71, 72 overalls. But this is where the money is made. They are an incredible defense. Literally every best player in every position, led by Fred Warner and Myles Garrett. This is an incredible team, and they are going to be taking on an incredible offense. If I'm going to take a guess, I'm going to take a guess on the offense to win just because it is a video game, and Madden will probably lean more that way. But this defense is a 99 overall, and the offense is a 71. Let's take a look at the offense team now. And this is the offensive team led by Josh Allen at quarterback, and the wide receiver room for him is nasty. Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, and Puka Nacua. And then we also have George Kittle and Trey McBride, not Miles McBride, with obviously an insane offensive line. And then the two best running backs in football right now, Jahmyr Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor. But the defense, just like the other team, is all 70 to 72 overalls. So we're going to see how these teams perform in a franchise simulation. Taking a look at the offensive team now, and they ended 9-8, and they dropped some games because they gave up some big points, as we would expect. I mean, they only put up 3 in this game. That is kind of wild, but we'll also look at the stats of the team as a whole here. Should be able to find it. Here, they were number 1 in offense, number 12 in pass yards per game, number 4 in rush yards per game, and then defense, they were 29 and 29. So they weren't actually the worst somehow, but they were not very good. We'll look at the stats from some of the players here. Taking a look at the stats now, and Josh Allen threw for 3,954 yards, almost 4K there. 36 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Rushing, Jahmyr Gibbs had a 1,200-yard year with 11 touchdowns, and Jonathan Taylor got 8 touchdowns as well. Josh Allen also had 5 on the ground. Receiving, oh my gosh, 2 guys almost had 1,000. Of course, the LSU boys, 11 touchdowns for Jefferson, though. He led the way. This team was really freaking good. Let's take a look at the defense team now. The defense team had a very similar record. That both teams didn't make the playoffs, but looking at the defensive stats, they were 2-1, and somehow they were 31st in rush yards per game. That is kind of wild. But let's see how some of their guys performed. They obviously had to have really, really good defense because their offense wasn't going to score a whole lot. Wow, offense scored 0 points that week. Man, they pulled it together. They almost got their team to the playoffs. Let's take a look at some of the stats, though. We don't care about these stats. We'll go to defense. Let's see. Tackles for loss. It looks like Myles Garrett had 18 sacks. The team put up an outrageous amount of sacks. 15.5 for Myles Garrett. Crosby had 13. Chris Jones had 11.5. Let's look at interceptions now. 2 from Fred Warner, 2 from Kyle Hamilton, 1 from Zach Bond, and 1 from Jesse Bates. I honestly expected more. Let's see if we got any touchdowns. No defensive touchdowns, no safeties. Wow. So neither team really did much, which I kind of expected because you really got to have both sides. You can't have a terrible offense and a great defense and expect much. But, I mean, they both did win 8 to 9 games. Let's put them head-to-head now and see who comes out on top. Here we go. The offense team is out on offense. Of course, we're just going to watch these two match up. We're not going to watch every drive from both teams. Starting out with a run, and Zach Bond gets the tackle. It is now a 2nd and 7. We'll see what they do here. This team has superstars freaking everywhere, man. It's another handoff to Gibbs, and this time he only gets a couple. It is now 3rd and 5. Big play coming up here. Let's see who can come out on top. It's got to be a pass. We'll see if they look Jefferson's way or who they will look, and it looks like Josh Allen's just going to run for it and easily get the first down. What a run from the MVP. All right, here we go. It looks like they're pretty run heavy to this point. They haven't actually thrown the ball yet. The last one was a design throw, but it ended up being a run, and Gibbs has a lot of space and great blocking, and he gets 6 yards. Heck of a run there. The offense is coming right back out. Here we go. It looks like another run, to be honest with you, and it is. And Jahmyr Gibbs gets popped there. I'm not sure who made that tackle, but it was one heck of a tackle. Now it is 3rd and 2. What are they going to do here? It honestly looks like another run. They hand it off to the fullback, and I don't think he did. He got it? Wow, he got it. What a play call there for the offensive team. And now Allen is lining up under center in a very similar formation with the fullback to the right side. Here we go. It's another handoff to Juszczyk, and it just gets 1 yard. Here we go. They're back out here. They have yet to throw the ball, and they have the best wide receivers in the NFL. Here we go on the play action. It's actually a dump off right back to Gibbs, and he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2. Great reads by the defense there. And now it's a 3rd and 11. This has to be a pass down the field. Here we go. It is thrown to, is that Jamar Chase coming up with a huge catch? What a play from Jamar Chase to get the first down, and the team is now in field goal range. That was a big 3rd down completion from Josh Allen to Jamar Chase. Here we go, 30-yard line. The one time that they've passed, it was a very good play. Let's see what they do, though. They hand it off to Gibbs again, and he has not been too successful to this point. This defensive line is really shutting him down. Here we go, lining up in another what looks to be a pretty run-heavy formation. We'll see what they do. It is a bootleg. He throws it off to the tight end, and he gets to a 3rd and 5. Another big 3rd down play here. Could the defense get a stop and hold them to a field goal? We will see. Allen throws it over the middle to a wide open wide receiver. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown down to the 5-yard line. The offense used up the whole first quarter there, and they're still on the field at the 5-yard line for a 1st and goal play, and it looks like they're going to hand it off to Gibbs, and they do, and he is wrapped up instantly. Wow, Zach Bond, what a play, and now they are running it back. Similar formation here. Little bit of motion from Jamar Chase. Will they hand it off to him? They do not, and they hand it off, and he is destroyed. Gibbs got nothing because Fred Warner read that like a book. Another huge 3rd down play where the Vikings, the offense team, are going to be passing it. Let's see what they do. Here we go. Who is he going to find? And he's sacked! He's sacked! Josh Allen gets sacked by Dre Greenlaw. Oh my gosh. The Vikings are gonna have to kick a field goal here. They will take a 3-0 lead while taking off a lot of clock. But man, you would really want to see that end in a touchdown. Let's make sure the field goal goes in first before we get to saying too much. It does, and the offensive team takes the lead. The offense team is back out here. The 70 overall versus 70 overall didn't go well for the defensive team as the offense team was able to get a stop on him, but another sack. Josh Allen, that time it is Max Crosby getting to him. Now it is 2nd and 17. Now I got a feeling that there's going to be some turnovers at some point, whether that's a fumble or an interception, and that could really, really turn this game on its head. But here we go, 2nd and 17, 3 minutes left in the first half here. Amon-Ra St. Brown is in motion. This looks like some sort of double pass. It's not. They end up hitting the tight end. George Kittle gets near the original line of scrimmage, but it is still a 3rd and 12. They're going to go empty backfield here with all of their weapons spread out wide, and we'll see who Josh Allen ends up looking to. He can't find anybody, and he is going to get sacked again. That time by Myles Garrett, and it is 4th and 19, and a punt has been forced. Now there's 42 seconds left. The defensive team was actually able to tie it up with a field goal here, and we're going to see what happened. Josh Allen on the read option only gets a couple yards, and they have to use their first of 3 timeouts, and they didn't get a whole lot. They got 1 yard there, so they are going to need a lot more than that if they want to score, and he's going to find Amon-Ra St. Brown, and he's going to get a first down as they call their second timeout. Back to the line of scrimmage now, and it looks like they're just giving up, and they're just going to hand this ball off to Jonathan Taylor and not even try anymore. But, I mean, Jonathan Taylor just got a huge run. They're on the 47 now. They call another timeout. It looks like they are rethinking their strategy there. They thought they weren't moving quick enough and were going to hold up a little bit. But now, after that huge run from Jonathan Taylor, it's given them life, and they're going to try again. They just have to make sure to get out of bounds. Josh Allen is going to run with it. That's risky. He's going to stay up for a really long run, and they need to run a hurry up and get a spike or something. They have 17 seconds left. It looks like they will go for the spike. Now, will they go for the field goal, or will they try one last shot at the end zone? It looks like they will try for the end zone one last time, but they have got to be quick about it. Josh Allen's going to step up in the pocket. They're only rushing 3. He ends up just throwing it out of bounds to preserve the clock, and out comes the field goal unit to try to make it a 6-3 game. Let's see if he can. That's a pretty long field goal, 45-yarder in the rain. And he nailed it. It is 6-3 going into halftime. Hold up, you've made it this far in the video. I can tell that you are enjoying it. So if you would go down and leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. It's completely free. Thank you. Let's get back to the video. Coming out in the second half, and the defense team got the ball first. They were not able to do anything with it. So now the offense is back out here. Josh Allen on the play action needs to get rid of it because Max Crosby is there. I believe that's the 3rd or 4th sack of the game, and it is now 2nd and 18. That is not how you want to start out a drive. Wow. They are right back out here for 2nd and 18. A rough start to the second half for them. They're going to drop back and throw a quick pass, which is brought in by Jamar Chase. And now it is only a 3rd and 12. But a 3rd and 12 is still a significant amount to go. So we'll see what Josh can do. He steps up and ends up throwing a bad pass to Jamar Chase. He probably should have just thrown that to someone else or ran with it himself. Once again, when the defense team got the ball on offense, they were not able to do anything. So now Josh Allen and the offense team are coming back out. But this defense has been elite, holding the best offense imaginable right now to 6 points, and it is nearing the end of this third quarter, is absolutely incredible. Have kept them out of the end zone completely. A fake handoff here and a rollout. Beautiful pass to Justin Jefferson, and he gets a huge gain. This might be the spark the offense was looking for. Josh Allen is coming back out now. We'll see if I think they're going to run this one. That would be my guess. It is a halfback draw, and it is completely shut out. Myles Garrett just runs through the O-line, and that is a 3-yard loss. I think if they are going to run the ball, they need to give it to Jonathan Taylor more. On his one run, he got about 11 yards, but that was against a pass-protecting defense. We'll see, though. Here we go. Another pass play, and another beautiful throw to Jamar Chase, cutting it down to a 3rd and 2. Now, I'm not sure what they're going to do here. It looks like a pass, but I could see a QB-designed run coming. It isn't a QB-designed run, but Josh Allen's going to take matters into his own hands and get the first down. This offense is moving. This is the best we've seen them all game long. We'll see what they do here. It is a pitch to the outside, and Jahmyr Gibbs has some space, but a cornerback is there to get the tackle. What a play. A loss of 1, and that ends the third quarter. One more quarter for glory. 2nd and 11 now. The offensive team has got to get into the end zone to prove that they are the better build. But 3rd and 4 now. That was a great play to cut it down a little bit. But 3rd and 4, it looks like a little bit of pressure is coming. They didn't quite blitz, but either way, Amon-Ra St. Brown is down the field, able to haul it in. And it is 1st and 10 from the 12. This is the best drive we've seen from them so far. And it's probably because they've been throwing that ball. In the other drives, we've seen them basically just running it the whole time. And Amon-Ra St. Brown able to come up with a huge play there. We'll see what Kevin O'Connell is calling up on this play. It's appearing to be a run to Jahmyr Gibbs. They give it to him, and he's shut down once again. He has not really done anything to this point. But we will see what they do. I think they need to keep slinging the rock and trying to find maybe one of their two elite tight ends because they are so close to the end zone. They have both of them out here right now, but they are not handing it off. It is a quarterback run, and Josh Allen gets an easy lane to the end zone. They all bit on the read option, and that is the first touchdown of the game, and that will push the lead to 13-3. Wow, what a play from Josh Allen. What a call from Kevin O'Connell, because they have been running it all game long, and they run the read option, and Josh Allen has a clear lane to the end zone. Here comes the extra point to put the game up to a 10-point lead. What a drive from the offense. Once again, the defensive team was not able to score, and here is another read option for Josh Allen. He does not get as many yards there, but it looks like this game is in the hands of the offensive team. Now, at the end of this game, I will give my opinions on which team really performed better, but we'll save that for the end, so make sure you stick around. But we're going to see what this offense team does. They're going to hand it off probably quite a bit. I don't know why Gibbs stopped there, but it looks like a first down or two will win this game for them, considering that there's one timeout left for the defense team. So here we go. A first down here will be huge. Let's see what they do, and they give it to Gibbs, and that's the biggest hole he's seen all day, and he gets an easy first down. Now they will be able to really run out the clock because all that's going to be stopping them is the 2-minute warning. And they're just going to be handing this ball off. Jonathan Taylor's actually going to get it again this time, and he's going to score a touchdown. They should have been giving him the ball all game, dude. Oh my gosh. Wow. So this is the end of the game. The Minnesota Vikings, aka the offensive team, did end up winning by 20, and they did win the game, but I'm going to say the defense actually played better. They were able to hold the offense, the greatest offense imaginable right now, to 23 points. And realistically, it was 13 actually, because that touchdown wait at the end of the game. And if they had just a somewhat decent offense, they would have for sure been able to win this game. So that's my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys think below. Let me know if you think the offensive team or the defensive team was better. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, I know you'll like this one. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out this video here. See you next time. Peace!